Hi, it's Sue here from Scott Properties Group. I'm really happy to be back here having a chat with Ian Robinson from Mortgage Choice in Noosaville and Currimundi here on the beautiful Sunshine Coast. How are you, Ian?
I'm great, thank you very much.
And thank you for joining us again
Good to see
today.
you again.
The question I would like to ask you is one that we get asked frequently. And it's what are the 3 best tips you can provide to people looking to borrow for any form of property in 2019?
Okay, that's easy to do. So you will find that since the Royal Commission, banks are getting very, very tight and the compliance and scrutiny on them is immense. And so you would understand that applications are taking longer to assess and approve. And as a result, it's very important that the first time an application hits a lender's desk that it's right on point and it's correct. And to that end, I suppose the 3 best points to make sure that happens is, firstly, and we've spoken about this before, is to get a handle on your expenses. And the banks are really tight on this at the moment, and they will really scrutinise it. So make sure that 3 months out, or go back 3 months if you're applying now, go back through your statements and do your budget and make sure that what you have stated as your living expenses in those 11 categories we've mentioned before are actually accurate, because banks will halt the application or they'll decline it if they think you're fibbing. So that's very important, and we've done up a budget and you have a copy that you can send to people if they ask for it, or we can do that as well.
That's excellent.
The second thing, I suppose, is to really cover off on all your existing debts. So things like personal loans and credit cards I'm talking about, go through those statements again. Banks will want 3 months history on those, and make sure that there's no missed payments, there's no arrears fees, there's no overdue limits on your credit card, because they'll look at all of those, and if there's too many, they'll decline the application again. So make sure that that's all squared away before you apply. And the third thing, I suppose, is shop around. You know, the reason people use brokers, 60% of Australians use brokers now, is because they work. Gone are the days where banks, you know, one bank is going to be with you since childhood banking days, you know. They're not going to tell you that the bank down the street has got a better loan. So it's important to do some legwork or get people like us to do it for you. It's free. And that way that you can make sure that you're not only going to get the best interest rate as well, but you're also going to get a loan that's very importantly going to move with you for your next property purchase or investment purchases or your super purchases, or, you know, sending your kids to university or whatever. It's all very important. So those 3 things that I think are going to hold people in good stead for the year.
Yeah. So, for example, if somebody's kind of maxed out their credit cards, what's your recommendation for that? To try and get it down, or?
Okay, so if the credit cards are at the limit, that's okay, as long as there's no over limits shown. It's okay to pop over because you've made a purchase at David Jones and it's popped it over $12, but if they're constantly over for that 3 months, banks will ask the question as to
so if they keep it up to date, even though it may be a high figure, they're still creditable.
That's right.
As such.
Make the minimum payments.
As long as the minimum payments. Yes. And that's really good to know. Okay, well, thanks, Ian, as always. It's a pleasure, and you always give us exactly what we asked for, which is really, really nice. We will be catching up again with Ian in a few weeks' time, and we're going to continue these educational videos through with Ian on mortgages and what's required. So if anyone has anything they specifically want to ask, obviously it has to be not a personal request, but something that they found is causing distress when trying to talk to a mortgage broker, please let us know and we will put that to Ian, and I'm sure he'll be very capable of answering those questions for you. So thank you again for joining us on this educational video, and we will see you soon. Bye now.
Bye.